Hey, house guest. What is this? Share your screen. I didn't know that was a thing. Hey, house guest. Welcome to today's Big Brother 25 updates and spoilers. I hope you're all having a great Wednesday. Yay! So, our house guests of the day are Bowie and Lammy. Yay! My cute little babies. Not to be confused with Bowie Jane. This is Bowie Stardust, and he's a very good boy. If you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. We have many spaces still available. I am still planning on going back and making sure that I got everybody because sometimes people will just be patrons for like part of the season and like I don't see them on the list. It's a whole thing. I'm gonna be checking and combing through it all, so don't worry. If you're in line, stay in line. But yeah, that's where we're at. So thank you guys. And thanks to my babies, Bowie and Lammy, for being amazing. And before we get started, I'm going to drop my pen on the floor. And I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters because that's another fantastic way to support our channel. So Jody Cortez, Nanita Madrano, Don MH302, and Benjamin, thank you all so much for your super chats. I feel like the camera is like flipped on this today and it's weirding me out. It's like making my face look weird. But it's fine. Whatever. All right. So we have some stuff to talk about. When we left off yesterday, Blue in America, still up on the block. Both of them are campaigning to stay. And to make a long story short, Blue is still going, and they still have not told her yet. Still, up to this very moment. All right, speaking of telling people things, Felicia is still sharing every tidbit of information that she gets with Jag and Matt. She's throwing people under the bus left and right. I guess she's trying to secure her third place spot. I don't know. It's a lot. It's too much, honestly. But yesterday we talked about she let the guys know America is targeting you guys moving forward. Even if she tells you she's not, she is. So just know that. Also, she focused most of her energy on trying to destroy Cerie's game. There's this rivalry between Cerie and Felicia. Felicia really has it out for her. So, two big pieces of information that she shared with Jag yesterday. Felicia told Jag that Cerie was thinking about making the vote 2-2 so that Jag will have to break the tie and send out Blue himself, getting lots and lots of blood on his hands, right? She also spilled, and this was a huge bombshell, she spilled that Cerie told her that Matt was trying to figure out when the best time would be to take a shot at Jag. And yes, this is true. Matt did say this to Cerie. Cerie then did say this to Felicia. So that's for real. Jag was shook to hear this. He was not expecting this. He doesn't know if it's real or not. So Felicia was like, I want to talk to Matt and see if he will bring that up to me as well. Mention that to me because apparently he said it to Cerie. So we saw Felicia had her chat with Matt and asked, who would we target at Final Five? Like, what's the plan? Assuming that Blue and America are going to go in the double. And Matt says the target would be Bowie at that point. No mention of Jag. Now, we know Matt does not trust Felicia. He is not going to share that, yes, he is considering targeting Jag. Because he knows Felicia has a big mouth. He can't trust her with that information, right? He thought he could trust Cerie with it, but even Cerie was talking about that stuff. So anyway, Matt says ideally it would be their four in the end: Matt, Jag, Felicia, and Cerie. So the question is, what will Felicia do next? Well, she has to report her findings back to Jag. So they chat in the HOH room. Felicia is telling Jag about the conversation with Matt. And she says, Matt was telling me that Bowie would be the target at Final Five. I put my bait out there, asking who we would target, and he did not take it. He did not mention your name at all. So Felicia speculates maybe Cerie and Matt have something going on outside of our four. She's not really sure why Matt would be so open with Cerie and not mention the same thing to her. because he can't trust you. But Jag is thinking, yeah, it is possible that those two have something together. He points out that Suri does have great relationships with people, so it's possible. Then they talk about this week's vote. Obviously, Blue is still leaving. There hasn't really been any wavering on that, but there's been a lot of discussion about how this vote is going to play out. Is it going to be unanimous? Is it going to be 2-2 with Jag breaking the tie? Is it going to be 3-1 with Blue leaving? What's the deal? So Jag says, you know what? Blue is going to go no matter what. So he says he's fine with whatever Suri and Felicia want to do with this vote. And he tells Felicia, if Suri really does want to split this vote and make me break the tie, I'm fine with it. And if you want to protect your relationship with Suri, you don't want to jeopardize that, go ahead, vote with her, vote America out. It's fine. I will break the tie. So Jag figures if this vote is split and he has to break the tie to keep America, of course, Blue's going to be super pissed at him, right? He's going to be burning a jury vote, most likely. But he thinks that America will appreciate him for voting to keep him, and that she will be mad at Felicia and Suri for voting her out. So if America wins HOH, he is banking on America targeting Felicia and Suri instead of him and Matt. I'm pretty sure that America will still nominate Matt and Jag. She knows what needs to be done. I'm sure that Suri would be able to explain herself to America in that situation. I think America is going to be much more pissed still at Jag for turning on her and Corey, right? And sending Corey out. So, yeah, I don't know about that plan for Jag, but okay. So then Felicia starts talking to Jag about her plans for the double eviction. And she says, if I win HOH, I'm going to put up America and Blue. This is so lame. She for real? At first, it's like, okay, maybe she's just saying this to Jag because she doesn't want to reveal her true plans to him. She's not going to tell him that she wants to put him up. But no, that's actually what she wants to do. She wants to put up America and Bowie. So then, she's going through everybody else, talking about who she thinks they would put up on the block. And she's a little bit concerned that if Bowie were to win HOH, Bowie would probably nominate America, which is fine. But then who goes next to America? Bowie's not going to put up Matt or Jag. So Felicia's worried it's going to be her or Suri up on the block. Now, if it's Suri, she's all for that. But she doesn't want to be going up herself. So Felicia asks Jag, could you please work on Bowie for me and try to get her to nominate Suri instead of me if she wins HOH? Any opportunity she can get to throw Suri under the bus, she's gonna take it. Jag says he will try. We'll see. All right. So after Felicia checks in with Suri, Felicia's like, all right, I talked to Jag and he is okay with the split vote. He's okay with us voting for America to go. He would prefer for it to be unanimous, but she says Jag is willing to be the tiebreaker and to, get all the blood on his hands. So I'm sure he's fine with it. So Felicia brings up, that's great for us that Jag is like allowing us to do that, but it could mess things up for us with America. And Suri's like, I think it's okay. We can talk it over with America ahead of time. I think so too. I think America would definitely be nervous about it, but I don't think it would be enough for her to decide I'm going to target Suri and Felicia instead of Matt and Jag. So they talk about this topic a bit more later on in detail. And Suri says America really needs to know that us voting her out is not about us going against her, right? We're not trying to evict her. It's more about us having Jag get the blood on his hands, right? We don't want him getting away with this move scot-free. So then they discuss plans for the double eviction, and here we get confirmation about Felicia's real plans. First of all, Suri's like, do you think we can trust that America would actually take the shot at Jag and Matt? I think she would. But Felicia's like, well, we're not going to throw it to her. We're not throwing this competition. And Cerie's like, no, 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 I know. I'm just saying, like, if America were to win. So Cerie asks Felicia, if one of us does win the first HOH, are we going to take the shot at the guys? And Felicia says, my gut is telling me not to do it. Oh my God. She is scared that whichever guy survives that would win the following HOH and target her in retaliation. I mean, that's possible for sure, but like, don't you want to at least have a chance at winning? Wouldn't that be nice? So Cerie's asking, well, what do we do if we're not going for the guys? What, we put up America and Bowie? And Felicia says, yeah, we have to. No, you don't. Oh my God, that's so dumb. Felicia says, let's take the shot at Final Four. What the F? Like, good luck with that, because at that point, it all comes down to who wins the power veto. And the chances are it's not going to be you two, right? It's going to be probably Matt or Jag if they make it to that point. I can't. So Felicia says, who knows? Maybe Matt will win HOH and he'll be the one to take the shot at Jag. And Cerie says, no, Matt said that he wouldn't do it during the double eviction. He's too scared. He thinks it's too soon. Felicia is not sure that she believes Matt would actually take the shot at Jag at all. And Cerie's like, no, like he's the one who brought it up to me. Like he said it. All right. So anything you say will be held against you by Felicia. So meanwhile, in a court of Felicia, Matt and Jag are chatting in the HOH room. And Jag is explaining why he thinks it would be good for the vote to be 2-2. He breaks the tie. He says this will isolate Cerie and Felicia from America. And if America wins HOH, maybe she'll put up Cerie and Felicia instead of us because we saved her. I'm pretty sure she would still put you up, but sure. So Jag asks Matt, have you had any conversations with Cerie lately? And Matt says, I think I just had like one conversation with her. He says it was about reassuring Cerie that Blue needs to be the one to go this week. So Jag asks, did Cerie mention me at all during that conversation? Like about, I don't know, taking me out or anything like that? Matt says, no, she's not going to do that. Oh shit, here we go. So Jag says, Matt, you need to be careful with Cerie. And Jag starts sharing how Felicia woke him up that very morning with information, right at the ass crack of like 11 a.m. So he says, Felicia told me that Cerie told her that you're trying to get me out. So this is true, right? Because Matt did say to Cerie that he wants to potentially take a shot at Jag. He just doesn't know when to do it. And then Cerie did tell this to Felicia. So Matt, hearing this, starts smiling because he's guilty. But he's like, wow, no way she said that. No way. So he's like trying to clarify it. So Cerie told Felicia, and Felicia told you that. I'm kind of wondering if he asks this again just to give himself some more time to try and like come up with a story here to cover his ass. But Jag elaborates. He says, yeah, supposedly you were saying that it would have to happen at like the double or maybe final five. That's stuff that he said. And Matt's just like, bro. He says, Felicia and Cerie are trying to come between us. The two of them want to get carried to like the final four, and then they want us to take shots at each other so that they can get to the end together. I mean, I think that is kind of part of it, but also like Cerie wants Jag out now. Felicia wants Cerie out. Felicia is more than happy to go to the final three with Matt and Jag, which is crazy. But Matt suggests maybe Felicia's making all this up. So Jag's like, it could very well be Felicia, or it could be Cerie. Jag has very much been on the anti-Cerie train ever since he heard that Cerie may have told Blue that she's the target this week, which she did not. But he says Suri has already sold us out before, right? We can't trust her. And he says it really wouldn't benefit Felicia to lie to me about this at this point because I can't play for HOH anyway. So why is she bringing this info to me? So Matt says, well, maybe Felicia's trying to make Suri look bad. So you can really see here, Matt is trying to blame it all on Felicia. Jag is trying to blame it all on Suri, when in reality, Matt really did say that he wants to take a shot at Jag. He does not want to go to the end with Jag. So they're trying to figure out, moving forward, who do they want in their end game. Don't worry, we're going to come back to all this drama. But they're trying to figure out, who do we want in our end game? And Jag says, with all this craziness going on, Bowie is the only one who's actually loyal to us. So Matt agrees. He says, yeah, I feel really good about her. They agree that Bowie would be more likely to keep them safe at Final 5 or Final 4 than Felicia or Suri would be. Like if Bowie won the Final 4 veto or Bowie won one of the HOHs, like she would try to protect Matt and Jag. And I do believe that's true because, again, Bowie wants to go to the final 3 with Matt and Jag. Okay. So Jag says we need Bowie in order for us to get to the end. So all of this ratting that Felicia has been doing is backfiring because Matt and Jag would rather keep Bowie around long term than Felicia anyway. And I think, obviously we see that Jag wants Suri out, but Matt wants Felicia out. So it's all a mess. But anyway, Bowie is ahead of all of them. So back to the whole Suri and Felicia drama. Jag says that Suri has really been the common thread in all the drama lately. I think you better look at that again. Because Felicia has also been a common thread in all the drama because she's been spilling everything that Suri's saying. But Jag clearly wants Suri to go soon, and Matt is not biting. He does not want Suri to go. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Matt actually wanted to go to the final 2 with Suri over anybody else. We did finally get to see that mommy, son, Matt, and Suri segment on the episode last night. But anyway, Suri and Felicia chat with America in the comics bedroom, and they start whispering about this week's votes. And it seems like they are trying to get into the discussion about the split vote plan with America. But then the feed's cut, so we don't get to hear it all. But eventually it does come back to them. And America says, honestly, like if the vote was tonight, I'd feel good about it, right? I feel like we're in a good place right now. But she says there is still so much time left before this vote and anything can happen, right? So she's nervous. But Suri and Felicia are advising her, keep a low profile. Basically, like, don't say anyone to anything because you know how things can get twisted in here, Felicia. It's also just hilarious hearing Felicia telling somebody else, like, don't say anything to anyone. When Felicia has just been constantly running her mouth this week. But anyway, it appears that they did tell America that she'll be staying this week, and maybe they talked about the potential of a split vote, but who knows exactly what they said to her. So later, okay, Suri and Matt finally get the chance to chat alone. And I've been waiting for days now to see, is Matt going to tell Suri how Felicia's been throwing her under the bus constantly this week? So I've been waiting for this. So to start things off, Suri takes a move out of Felicia's playbook and she says, okay, so Felicia sorta kinda told America that it might be a split vote. Now we know that Suri was also a part of this conversation. We don't know who said what because the feeds weren't on them during this, but okay, she's doing some Felicia stuff here. So Matt says, I think that Felicia is trying to team up with Jag. She is getting way too close to him. Don't say anything though. And Suri's like, oh, of course I'm not going to say anything. But Suri says Jag is going to be mad at Felicia because Felicia is the one pushing for this to be a split vote so that Jag will get all the blood on his hands. I mean, again, we know that Suri is the one pushing for this to be a split vote. Felicia's all like, I want to do what Jag wants. I gotta do what he says. So again, Suri giving Felicia a taste of her own medicine, trying to throw her under the bus here. So unfortunately, we can't make out everything that Matt is whispering during this conversation because Matt is like a master whisperer. But we can just tell by Suri's expressions, because she looks shocked, that Matt is starting to share some of the stuff that Felicia has been saying about her. So Cerise's like, why do you think Felicia is trying to play with Jag? What's going on there? And Matt says, well, she keeps telling Jag shit about you and me. So Cerise again is like, she has the best shocked faces. So Matt says, yeah, Felicia said that you warned Blue that she's the target this week. She also told Jag that you told her that I told you that I want to take a shot at Jag. So now it has gotten back to Cerise. So Matt says, Jag asked me about it, and I told him it was bullshit. But Cerise is like, whoa, 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 whoa. I did not say that to Felicia. Yes, you did. But Cerise says, Felicia told me that you mentioned like a month ago that you knew that you would have to take a shot at Jag. What? I don't know if this is actually a thing that happened or if she's pulling this out of her ass. But Matt's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. So then, I mean, it could have happened for sure, but that was like forever ago. That's like a completely different game. But Cerise puts her hand on the Bible and she's like, I didn't say that to Felicia. Yes, she did. I mean, honestly, though, does swearing on the Bible even like really mean anything? I don't know. But anyway, Matt says, he seems to be believing what Cerise is saying. So Cerise says, I would never share what you told me. She did though. And Cerise promises she will act like everything's normal with Felicia. She's not going to let Felicia know that she knows that Felicia's been throwing her under the bus. So Cerise says Felicia is lying. And guess who walks in the room? Felicia. Okay, so that conversation is obviously over. But a little later, Matt checks in with Jag in the HOH room. And Matt says, woo, Cerise and Felicia are throwing each other under the bus. And he says, Cerise told me that Felicia wants it to be a split vote this week because of, the jury stuff. So that you lose a jury vote with Blue, whatever. So Matt brings up also that he confronted Cerise about saying that he wants Jag out. And he's like, Cerise told me that she never said that. And she also said that Felicia told her that I said I was targeting you like 30 days ago. So they're trying to like do the math and figure out where they would be at in the game 30 days ago. And they're like, it doesn't make sense. Maybe it was when Jag was on the block and he was evicted unanimously, but that was like 2 months ago. So they're trying to figure it all out. Matt says it makes no sense. And he's like, Cerise grabbed the Bible, bro. She swore on the Bible that she never said anything. So, okay, hearing all this, Jag is not happy that Matt confronted Cerise about this, right? Because Felicia told him to keep this information confidential. So Jag is terrified that Cerise is going to go back to Felicia and be like, why did you say this? Why did you tell Jag this? So he says, now I'm going to be effed because it's going to get back to Felicia that I told. And he says, Felicia is not going to trust me now. And it was funny because there was a real back and forth between Jag and Matt of Jag being like, Cerise's going to tell Felicia. And Matt's like, no, she's not. And Jag's like, yes, she is. No, she's not. Yes, she is. And it was like multiple times. But yeah. Jag says if Felicia wins HOH, she might put us up on the block together now. Sadly, she won't. But he tells Matt, you shouldn't have said anything to Cerise. So after this, Matt talks to Cerise again and he's like, all right, Jag is like really nervous that this is going to get back to Felicia now. So if you could just like keep it on the down low. And Cerise promises like, yeah, I'm not going to say anything to Felicia. Don't worry. So they kind of like plan out a little strategy of what they're going to say to Jag and like talk about how Felicia's been spiraling because she's like paranoid that she'd be going up on the block, whatever. So then Cerise and Matt go up to the HOH room to talk to Jag. And Cerise, now that she has the knowledge that Felicia has been throwing her under the bus, she can go to work, right? So Cirie is doing damage control, and she's pushing that Felicia was the one who wanted to split the vote this week, even though that's not true. So Jag is like, well, Felicia's telling me that you wanted to split the vote. And Cirie's like, no, I would, if I wanted to do that, I already would have talked to you about it. And it seems pretty convincing. And it seems like maybe they're buying this. So Cirie is now saying she's on board for a unanimous vote. And I'm sure part of that is to try and discredit what Felicia is saying, right? That Cirie is the one who's been pushing for this. So Cirie's like, no, let's do a unanimous vote. Let's go for it. So at one point during this conversation, it was so freaking funny because we have Cirie, Matt, and Jag on one side of the feeds, and then on the other, we have Felicia sleeping in her bed. And then all of a sudden, as they're talking about Felicia, she wakes up, she opens her eyes, and she looks over at Cirie's bed to see if Cirie is fast asleep. And she notices Cirie is not in her bed. Oh, so Felicia starts panicking. She actually even gets up and goes and checks the other bedrooms. And when she opens the scary bedroom door, she wakes Blue up. That's going to make Blue paranoid today, but we'll get there. So Felicia is just like, when she goes back to bed, she's like laying there with her eyes open because she knows that Cirie is probably with the guys, right? And that's Felicia's job, right? Felicia is supposed to be number 3 there. So she's freaked the freak out. Woo! Okay, so today, Felicia is still trying to say that Cirie was the one who wants the split vote. It's too much. No more about the split vote. So now, as she's saying this, it's confusing the guys because they're like, who is lying here? Who's telling us the truth? Who's lying? What is going on? But now that Cirie is able to do her work, it seems like the 4 of Matt, Jag, Bowie, and Cirie is kind of closing their ranks, right? They are choosing Cirie over Felicia. In the war of Cirie versus Felicia, it would seem at this moment that Cirie is winning. She's comparing notes with a lot of people, talking about all the crazy shit Felicia's doing. So it would seem that Felicia could be in trouble here, and it's her own doing at this point. So in other news, Blue is starting to get a little bit paranoid. Yeah, she said her nerves were really starting to hit her when she saw her suitcase in the storage room. And Blue was talking to Jag at one point today, and she says, I walked in on Bowie and America studying together, and that just doesn't make sense. Like, why is Bowie doing this when America's going to be leaving? What's going on here? So she's a little freaked out. Also, why is Felicia acting weird? Why is she doing all this crazy stuff? Am I in trouble? So Jag is still not telling her the truth. Oh boy. So then Blue is talking to the cameras alone. And Blue says, excuse me, if it's my ass leaving tomorrow, it is on sight. On sight. So she's ready to like fight. She says, it cannot be me. Next to America? Absolutely not. She says, I don't think I'm going. I don't think it's going to happen. But she says she doesn't really know. She does think that Jag and Matt want her to stay. They do not. What's going to happen when she learns that Matt and Jag wanted her to go hard, and like Cirie and Felicia were willing to keep her, but no, it was Matt and Jag who were like, she got to go. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Yeah, so as of now, Blue is leaving tomorrow. She still has not been told. The big question, who is going to spill the beans first? It seems like there is a lot of apprehension about telling her because people don't want to deal with her last minute campaigning. Ugh. So I don't know. Are they going to tell her tomorrow? Is it going to be a blindside? We have some late breaking news here from right before I was setting the stream. Hi! Oh, our house guests of the day are here. Yay! So
Mammy said, if Blue doesn't go, it's on site.
On site. So Felicia is getting really tired of lying to Blue. Also, I think she's a little bit bored. She needs something to do. So she has a conversation with Jag, and Felicia says, all right, I know I'm going against the grain right now, but I have to follow my spirit. She says, I'm either, okay, there's 2 options here. I'm either going to vote for Blue to stay, like I've been telling her, or I'm going to have to tell Blue that she's not getting my vote. It's got to be one of the two.
Prefer?
Yeah, and she says, I can't keep lying to Blue's face. That's not who I am, which is hilarious because she's been lying all over the place. But something about Blue, she can't do it. And she says, if I do tell Blue, it would be tomorrow. Like, I wouldn't blow up your spot right now. I would wait till tomorrow morning. We'll see. But she says, I'm going to leave the decision up to you. You know, whatever. My spirit, whatever you prefer. So Jag says, of course, the 4-0 vote for Blue to go would be ideal, right? It makes it a lot easier for him if it is unanimous. But he says, you know, if you're the only one voting for Blue to stay, it's 3-1. I'm fine with that if that's what your spirit is telling you. But he would, you know, hope that Felicia will not spill the beans to Blue. It seems like Jag is backing away from telling Blue at all beforehand. And he was doing some freaking whack ass mental gymnastics today when he was talking to Felicia, saying like how the more selfless move would be to not tell her, because if he does tell her, it gives her, you know, false hope, like maybe she can campaign or something. Like I don't know. It sounds like he's just a coward and he doesn't want to have to tell her to her face. So I don't know if he's actually going to tell her or not. Yikes. We'll see what happens in the next 24 hours. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else spilled the beans first, either Big Mouth Felicia or Sari, who also likes to get in there, get that jury vote and tell people ahead of time. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting, though, to see how this plays out. And I think Blue is going to be pissed whether she finds out ahead of time or with the blind side. So
It's on site.
It's on site. So we'll see what happens. We could be in for a very interesting 24 hours leading up to this eviction. Who knows? But I want to thank today's super chatters because we really appreciate it. So let me get on the right tab. All right. Jack D65, thank you so much. And he says, long season. Thank you.
Yeah.
It really is a long season. We're like 80 something days in and we still have like 2 weeks left to go, which is insane. William Dang, thank you so much. William says Jag is not playing Big Brother, but the Game of Thrones. Yeah, Jag has some really interesting gameplay. I honestly don't know what to think about it from time to time. It's a lot. It's a lot. He hyper focuses on things that are like so small compared to everything else and then like completely overlooks other things. Like it's very frustrating to watch sometimes, but it's interesting, I guess. Nindy, thank you so much. Nindy says, big fan, love listening to you while driving to work, been a fan since Big Brother 21. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming back season after season. That really means a lot. Life with Tina, thank you for the super chat. And Tina says, so glad to make a live, you are awesome. Thank you. I'm so congested. Connor Benson, thank you so much. Connor says, hey, Maddie, time for a truth bomb. Uh-oh. Felicia never got over Sari and Jared planning to vote her out over Izzy. Yes, 100%. She says Connor says, this is her sloppy way of getting revenge in my eyes. All that aside, Jag still needs to be the main target. Yes, I agree. As much as Felicia is freaking wilding out right now, the focus needs to be on Jag because Jag is the one winning all the competitions, right? He is the threat to win this whole entire thing. So he needs to be dealt with first. But I agree. I think Felicia is still pissed that Sari was going to keep Izzy over her. Absolutely, 100%. Nanita Madrano, thank you so much. And Nanita says, bye, Blue. William Dang, thank you for the super chat. William says, great updates and spoilers, Maddie. Who's the most likely boot in double eviction? Thank you. Well, I think it's safe to say that Blue will be leaving first. And then second, honestly, it could be anybody at this point. I mean,
it might be Felicia.
It could be Felicia even. I mean, she's really not done herself any favors the last few days. And I think that anybody could potentially win this next HOH because Jag has to sit this one out. So We'll see. I mean, I think if America wins HOH, then it's either going to be Jag or Matt going. There's a really good chance that Jag is going to win the veto, so I would lean a little bit more towards Matt. But also, if it's like Bowie versus Matt up on the block, is it possible that Matt is going to stay? Because I could definitely see Felicia and Sari voting to keep Matt over Bowie, which is like terrifying. Yeah, so I don't know. I think most likely to leave would be America, Bowie, or Felicia. Yeah, which is insane. But I mean, you never know. I'm gonna stay hopeful. You never know. Mary Ellen L, thank you so much for the super chat. And hey to the black kitty cat. Sandy C, thank you so much. Yay. This says, let's celebrate Sandy's third super on a live stream. Woo! Sandy says, thanks. Love you guys. Thanks. Much love to you. So that's where we're at right now. Like I said, could potentially be a crazy 24 hours if anybody decides to spill the beans to Blue. We'll find out. But
maybe it'll slip out like a little silent fart.
It might. It is definitely possible. So thank you all so much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow for more. And until next time, much love. Bye.